EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, June 29th and 30th, 2024. It is the final weekend and final days of the month of June. We'll be in July starting on Monday, which is pretty crazy. Summer's just flying by. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by Pitch a Tent Rental Company, reminding you that while their erections are temporary, they will last all weekend long while keeping you out of the sun and rain. Need something a little bit bigger? Watch them grow. Their modular tents can connect to expand and meet your needs. So reserve your party tent today at pitchatentrentals.com for your backyard party and intimate wedding events. Pitch a Tent is located in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania, and serves the greater Lehigh Valley and surrounding regions, and are proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. We have an active weekend with severe weather possible. I don't want to give the impression this is going to be like an all-weekend thing where it's constantly raining, because it's not going to be like that. We will have opportunities for some areas to see some scattered showers for part of the morning and maybe early afternoon, and then we're going to have a bunch of different features going through. We got a cold front going through first. Excuse me, a warm front lifting through the region, lifting off to the north first, and that's going to give off some showers in our northern areas. Then it'll be a prefrontal trough that follows. You could have some scattered showers and thunderstorms, possibly severe, and the Storm Prediction Center did expand the slight risk a little bit further east. So now we're looking at, instead of just being out here in the Harrisburg-Williamsport area, we're getting this a little bit further east now. They did expand that a little bit eastward, not quite to Allentown, Lancaster, and Philly, but it did get into Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area now, and a little bit more of our coverage area is now involved with that slight risk indicated by the yellow. And then on Sunday, with the cold front moving through and our eastern areas, we have another slight risk in place, although this might not be this expansive this far northwest. I think it's going to be on Sunday. It looks like the severe threat is going to be over in these areas, southeast PA, all over the shore points here. So kind of like in here, right there, to the coast. Storms might start originating out here, right, and not be fully developed as they're moving south and east into this warm and very moist environment. And Sunday we have some severe straight-line winds, a possibility here in those areas for Sunday. And that's with the cold front moving through. So one front moves through, then you get a prefrontal trough, and it gives you some storms this afternoon, or late this afternoon, but more likely evening, and some areas late evening with that activity moving through today. So most of the day is going to be dry for most areas, except for far northern and northwestern areas. And then Sunday, here comes that cold front moving through, and the scattered showers and thunderstorms in those areas that I circled. So that's what we're generally dealing with on both days. So there is a severe threat. One, the first day on Saturday is going to be for western areas, and it's going to be in eastern areas on Sunday with the cold front. The high-resolution rapid refresh we're going to use to illustrate this point here. This is the latest one that ran this evening. And here's those scattered showers across the northern tier in association with that warm front. And it's nearest, it's going to be generally I-80 and north, or north of I-80, I should say, closer to the New York-Pennsylvania border, where you'd had those showers for a while this morning and early afternoon. And then here's the prefrontal trough. This is the one that brings the potential for severe weather as it moves south and east. The highest likelihood of severe weather will be out here in by Lock Haven, Williamsport, and Selinsgrove, over in those areas. And as it works eastward, it still may hold together long enough that some areas just east of there will get into some of that action, and it will include the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area. But it will be, the general trend of this line as it moves past here is going to be weakening, we think, heading to the south and east. It's going to come down to timing. If it's a little bit faster, more areas will get involved, and the trend today has been to make this a little bit faster, and that's why the expansion was necessary. Once you get to sunset, you start losing some instability, and then it cuts down on that area that would be receiving severe. This is just a radar rainfall. This is a simulated radar. This is showing how much rainfall fell over the last hour. That's it. This is not an indication of severe by these yellows and reds on here. They're just trying to give you an idea that there's going to be some potentially heavy rain with some of these storms, which certainly is a likelihood on Saturday, with high precipitable water content in the atmosphere to deal with. But severity, by the time it gets down to like a line from, let's say, Lancaster to over to the Lehigh Valley, northwest New Jersey, it should be coming down a little bit as far as intensity is concerned. So we're not expecting as much severe weather there. But again, you could have these pretty strong going into Harrisburg all the way up through Wilkes-Barre and Scranton as well. Might not be severe necessarily, but it could be some storms that are producing 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, for example. Okay, once you get further southeast, that likelihood drops to a cap of about 40 miles per hour as the top end as you get into that Lancaster to Lehigh Valley to northwest New Jersey corridor. And then you will have garden variety storms continue during the overnight. That's going to go past midnight here with some residual showers. And then you might even have some additional showers come in late in the overnight or early Sunday morning here. This is not the severe threat yet. This is just morning activity. Again, another prefrontal trough forming ahead of the cold front. The cold front at this point here on Sunday morning, which is late Sunday morning, is all the way back here. So this is kind of like a prefrontal trough moving ahead of that cold front. Another prefrontal trough moving ahead of the cold front. And that's going to be on Sunday morning. And then once that clears, here comes the cold front. And it does develop some storms along it. But again, the development area is right in here. Once it moves south and east of I-95, that's when you start getting the southeast PA up through north central New Jersey, and then point southeast is when you get into your severe threat that will go all the way to the coast, and there could be some damaging winds with that here on Sunday. So probably not as expansive northwest, at least looks right as the way it looks right now. But we'll be monitoring this over the weekend, or my staff will be anyway. I won't be monitoring this as closely. So normally I'm very active on social media. I won't be able to do that on Saturday. This time I'll be off Saturday. I have things to do Saturday, so I will not be around. But this video will just have to serve as your kind of pre-warning to be on the lookout at those different times that I was speaking about here on both Saturday and Sunday. Once we get into Sunday, this is going to be like a mid to late afternoon through early evening threat window for your severe in those areas. So I will be back on Sunday and posting about this severe threat here on Sunday, but Saturday will not be around for that. So if you're one of those that likes to tag me on Twitter and photos and stuff like that, probably won't be able to respond to you on Saturday, okay? So we have all of our private stuff out that we sent out. We sent out alerts already for this. We already have the forum updated, and the staff that is going to be on Saturday, my staff that is working when I'm not, is going to be updating throughout the day as well on the private side. If there is a severe thunderstorm watch issue, they will be relayed through social media. I just won't be around to do that. Okay, so beyond this, once we get beyond this cold front, it's going to knock temperatures back down to start the early part of next week. On Monday will be mostly sunny skies and temperatures on either side of 80. It's going to be rather nice again on Monday. Still nice on Tuesday, mostly sunny skies, but it looks like we're going to have temperatures coming up a little bit. We get back in the middle 80s. And then we're in the upper 80s to near 90 on Wednesday with partly cloudy skies. Our next cold front will come through here on Thursday. Might touch off a few scattered showers or perhaps thunderstorms, but it's really this one here behind the trailing short wave that we've got to keep an eye on here for the end of the week, which would be Friday. That could bring, possibly, if the European model is correct, numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms. Might be even some severe weather with that as well. We will see. But it does look like by the time you get to Thursday anyway, ahead of that cold front, we're going to be back into the lower 90s, it looks like, for highs on Thursday. So we're doing this up and down stuff yet, right? We're not just settling in on one pattern, either really hot or temperate. It's going up and down. So that's going to continue for the upcoming week, I think. And once this passes, or once we get past the end of the week here, we're going to have the opportunity for this showers and thunderstorms that might be a doozy. We'll see if the European model is correct. That's a ways out. A lot of things can change between now and then, and I will see you again Monday. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martish. That is your outlook for the weekend, June 29th and 30th, 2024. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.